Hey, yo, what's going on, baby? It's your boy, Chad Elliott, the podcast fucking killer. Actually, you know me by the atheist killer. Hey, man, I hope you guys been doing good. This is Logically Offensive, the podcast. Tonight, we're going to do something special. This is going to be episode number 1. We're going to call this shit the podcast Shorties, okay? This is going to be episode number 1 of a new series called Podcast Shorties, where we don't go an entire hour long like the normal podcast. We're just going to do like 25 or 30 minutes or some shit. We're going to be live. We're going to be direct. We're going to get right into it. We're going to hit the fucking ball out of the park like usual. And I hope you guys like this shit, man. It's not going to be nearly as long. Hence the name, Podcast Shorty. So thank you for joining me, man. Tonight is Friday night, November 14th. I hope all is well out there in podcast land. And I hope wherever you're listening to me from, I hope you guys are safe. I hope you're feeling a lot of love. I hope you're happy. And I hope you're happy and enjoying your life. Hey, what I need you guys to do right now is close your eyes and imagine hundreds of conservatives storming a Black Lives Matter meeting, or busting into a restaurant where Black Lives Matter is just trying to peacefully enjoy a night out with their family, and not letting them eat dinner, and attacking them, and verbally berating them. Now I want you to open your eyes and realize that what you just dreamed about would never actually happen, and you would never see it in real life. You know why? Because they are the fascists, not us. We don't do shit like that. We don't attack people who don't agree with us. We don't make them bow down or conform. The left calling right-wingers fascists is the greatest example of the kettle calling the pot black in the history of mankind. And hey, just a heads up, dude, you probably, if this is the first time listening to my podcast, you probably won't like me because I, in fact, care about all black people, not just the ones who fit your anti-white narrative. But you're too stupid to figure out what that even means. So what you'll do is just say, God, I hate that fucking guy, because me don't understand him. You know, switching gears a little bit, all the shit that's going on with this election and Trump saying that he won and all this shit, there definitely was voter fraud going on, but it just wasn't enough to make Trump lose. It wasn't the deciding factor. And I talked about this on my last episode, on episode 35 of the regular podcast. But even now, they're going to court, but they're going to court the wrong way, man. They're going about it the wrong way, trying to find dead people who voted, trying to match signatures and do all this. It's little shit, man. If you want to win, if you really want to win and have the election overturned, that's not going to get it done. That's not going to be enough to flip the votes in your favor to have you declared the winner. It's just not going to happen, my guy. So what you need to do is you got to go about this a little bit different. You got to go after the system. You got to go after the big fish, because these little fucking things, it's not going to be enough to do anything. So in my opinion, all you're really doing is just wasting your time. You're making sure there's integrity in future elections, but you're not going to win. If I was Trump's lawyer, I would have played into the big tech angle. We all saw it. How big tech hid posts about the polling locations. I would have went to court with some shit talking about how their algorithms suppressed information from major Republican sources all across damn near every social media platform, which then leads to Democrats disproportionately knowing when and where to go vote, and Republicans a lot of times being left in the dark. This also ensures confidence with your base and makes it look like they're safe and will be welcomed wherever they go to vote when they do show up. Also, again, leaving Republicans in the dark. I would have brought up the disgustingly inaccurate fake pre-election polls. You guys seen this shit, man, that the media generated to suppress voter turnout. I would find something in the Constitution. You could bet your ass, man. I would find something in that Constitution that says mail-in voting rules can't be changed, a certain amount of time close to the election. I'm going to find some goddamn loophole, and it's going to be big. I would have come up with some real shit, man, that would have invalidated the entire shit. And Trumpy, if you're listening, man, because we know you might be listening. If you need a lawyer, holla at your boy. You guys ever argue with someone and they end up resorting to the claim that I'm correct because the majority agrees with me? For example, they might say to you, you're a dumbass because nobody believes you. Or I'm right. I know I'm right because millions of people believe the same thing as me. I just wanted to remind you guys right now, if some of that sounds familiar and you have gotten in arguments with people that do this, that actually is a fallacy, my guy. It's called argumentum ad populum. It's a fallacious argument that concludes a proposition must be true because many or most people believe it is. It alleges if many believe it is so, then it is so. But we know this is patently false. And it happens all the fucking time, dude. Especially nowadays, especially on social media. So the next time, I just want to help you guys out. The next time that someone does this to you, just politely remind them to go fuck themselves. We all love bitches, right? Well, most of us do. The real men do. We know in today's day and age that there's some rainbow boys running around out there who like to smell flowers with their eyes and who don't understand human anatomy and they got something fucking wrong with them. We know that. But for the most part, you guys know what I'm talking about. Real men love the bitches, dude. But bitches like some weird shit. Bitches like some weird shit, okay? And I want to ask you, what's something that you've heard women say that they like, but you as a man would never want to have it? For example, some women might say, hey, we as women, we really like dudes that got nice smiles. Now, when you hear that, you might immediately want to go to the dentist and get your fucking teeth fixed. You might immediately want to go get those rocks up in your gums straightened up or cleaned or whatever the fuck you want to do because you know that women like it. But what's something that you know women like or you've heard women talk about they like, but you as a man would never want to have it? I'll start it off nice and slow. Being bow-legged, dude. Yeah, apparently this is a fucking thing. I've heard bitches say that they like dudes that are bow-legged. And my question is, who the fuck wants to be bow-legged, okay? Nobody. When I see a dude that's bow-legged, the first thing I think is, that dude is a weirdo. Or that dude is a bad athlete, or I would never want to have legs like that, dude. I don't give a fuck if all the bitches in the world want this shit. I personally don't want to be fucking bow-legged. This reminds me, my unapologetic nature, which makes a lot of people hate me, because a lot of people do hate me, is the same attribute, actually, that makes people love me, dude. Ain't that something? The thing that some people hate is the exact thing that other people love. The moral of that story is, just be yourself. Make sure that you love you. And also this, imagine giving up the thing that gets 50% of the girls' panties wet because the other 50% of women didn't like it. Don't be a guppy, man. Do not, my friend, be fooled. A shit ton of bitches love a confident, unapologetic, aggressive dude or whatever it is that you have, whatever attribute you have. Some bitches are going to like it, and don't give up on it just because the other bitches don't. I should actually write a book for you incels out there. Or whatever they call those guys who can't get pussy or get dates and shit, who suck at relationships. I remember the good old days, back when I was a player, back when I was out in these streets. Dude, I used to hustle women so bad. And there's nothing to be proud of, man, but I used to hustle chicks like there was no tomorrow. And sometimes I just do this shit just because I was bored, man. I used to get cash from them, clothes, jewelry, guns, laptops, all type of shit. And yes, I did say guns, man. I was out of control, dude. And every chick that I met, every new girl that I always met, I would always do the same thing. I'd always tell them that like in 2 weeks or some shit, it was my birthday. Even if really my birthday was 8 months away, just so I could get some new presents. And I can teach you guys all kind of little tricks like that in my relationship book. Chambo's book for incels. Like I can teach you a trick where you can buy a few little cheap things for your girl and make it seem like she's really special. She's going to feel like she's really special to you. And subconsciously, she's going to have the feeling that you do a lot for her or buy her a lot of gifts and shit. But really, those gifts were cheap. She just didn't tabulate the actual price. And that's going to come in handy because then what I want you to do next is I want you to come in with a ginormous ask. I want you to come in with that big ask and ask her to buy you something outrageously expensive. And she's going to do it every single time. Because in her mind, in her subconscious, you bought her a bunch of things that made her feel special. She didn't tabulate it, that all the things added up together only cost $36. And now you're asking for something that's $500. No, that's not the way women's brains work. She's going to want to come out of pocket and get you something nice, my guy. Also, the main thing about girls is, please, whatever you do, don't be a pussy. Because not only are you not getting on the rocket ship to logically offensive land, you also ain't gonna be smacking no cheeks, acting like a goddamn guppy, dude. For example, every time I hear my girl get mad and start talking shit to me, telling me she wants a different dude who does A, B, C, and D, the only thing I hear in my ears is, the dude can't do jujitsu. I don't hear any of the insults she throws my way. I don't hear any of the put downs. I don't hear any of that shit. Because me's a fucking lion, dude. And even if I was a bowling pin standing 2 feet in front of her, I'm not ever gonna allow her to knock me down. Because your boy got too much confidence, man. You gotta know who you are. You gotta give off that fucking energy. So she knows who the goddamn boss is every single time. It may be childish to you gups, but to my real Martians out there, you guys know what's up, baby. Let me talk to you guys for a second about lions. Because you heard me say this term a few times now. What are lions? Well, lions are the opposite of sheep. We don't have masters. We don't have anyone that we bow down to. No one is going to make us do any tricks or perform some type of act that we don't want to do. And the great thing about lions is we don't have to think about being who we are because we just be it. It's just part of our nature. Just part of your nature, buddy. And let me tell you something about lions and sheep. If you go on Google right now, and you type in how many sheep are in the world, it's going to come back and tell you that there are millions and millions of sheep. But if you go on Google and you type in how many lions there are, well, it's going to tell you there's only like 20,000 lions in the entire fucking planet. So what I need you to do is not be a sheep. What I need you to do is stand out and be a man. I need you to stand out and be the lion, dude. Stop bowing down. Stop trying to get in line because it's comfortable. Don't follow behind the next man because it feels safe and you don't want any repercussions. You don't want any problems. Nah, go out and stand on your own fucking 2 feet and be a lion. Hey, I just want to tell you guys, I talk a lot of shit on this podcast about a lot of different people, but guess who I'll never talk bad about? Even if I don't like that person, I will never talk bad about another lion. Because I want all lions to eat, because I respect all lions. And if you've known me for more than 2 years and we're still cool, you can bet your bottom fucking dollar that you're a true, bona fide, 100% fucking lion. Because there's no way in hell that someone has known me for more than 2 years and they're a sheep and I haven't called them out on some of their sheepish behavior and we're still cool. It's just probably not fucking going down like that, okay? So if me and you are still cool and you've known me for a while, you can bet your fucking ass that you, in fact, my friend, are a goddamn lion. And don't tell me you're not a lion now, because maybe you don't have all your shit together. Maybe you haven't made all your dreams come true yet. Maybe you're struggling right now, or your life isn't where you want it to be at the moment. Don't tell me none of that shit, okay? Lions, my friend, are always lions, no matter what. No circumstance, no situation, nothing can ever change your true nature. I know some lions right now who are poor as fuck and live under a bridge. And I would fuck with them 10 out of 10 times over some guppy sheep who works a desk job making 6 figures, okay? Be a lion, run with lions. Hey, bro. People who know me know that I always talk about culture. Okay, I don't believe that race exists, and I always talk about culture, and I say, of course, because I don't believe race exists, I don't hate any race, but I do hate certain culture. I fucking hate certain cultures, man. And I talk about how bad cultures are and all kind of shit. But someone the other day said, if rap music is bad for people, why do you listen to it when you're working out? Because another thing I always talk about is how rap music is bad. So they asked me this question. They said, if rap music is bad for people, why do you listen to it while you're working out? And I said, I listen to rap music when I'm working out because I'm not worried about being a good purse. I'm not worried about being a good purse when I'm working out, dude. And plus, I think if you're a strong-minded, moral, intelligent person who isn't influenced by fucking lyrics in a song, that you can listen to the shit sparingly. You don't want to be listening to the shit all the goddamn time because even the greatest mind in the world can't hold a fire next to his chest and not get burned. But I'll be damned if I don't get some of that good fucking gangster energy when I'm lifting or training. And that's just how I'm gonna die, okay? That's just how your boy gonna die. You guys, I know a lot of you guys have children. If you have children, I'm going to give you guys a little hint. Actually, it's a little token. It's a little gem I'm going to drop on you. If you have children and your children are in different age groups, there's a very dangerous parenting pitfall that you may not be aware of. Older children oftentimes require harsher discipline because we assume they should know better. We assume because they're older that they know not to do dumb shit. So this harsher discipline can lead to our older children becoming angry, having resentment towards us, and even bitterness towards us due to the immaturity fact and failure to grasp the entire situation. If left unchecked, these older children will then attempt to poison their younger siblings, telling them that you're a bad parent, how much they hate you, how mean you are, and they will try to rally support in their own favor because they're fucking communists, dude. They're fucking fascists. So I just want to tell all you parents out there, man, do not be a victim to this communism. Please don't do it. I've seen it many times. I've actually seen my children try to do it to my younger kids, and I'm not very happy about it. I'm not very appreciative of what they've been doing to you boys. So, my guys, you've been warned. Hey, I wanted to ask you guys a question. I've been hearing a lot of talk about it, and I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that we're headed back to another nationwide lockdown? Please say no, because your boy Chambo fucking hopes that we don't. Because your boy Chambo is sick and tired of this goddamn bullshit. Look, man, the vaccine is on the way, and I'm ready for people to get out and just start living their life again, man. This is fucking America. We are Americans. We need to open back up. We need to get after it. You got all these leftist Democrat pussies and guppies ready to shut shit down again all the goddamn time. That's all they talk about. Cancel Thanksgiving, cancel Christmas. You can't have more than 3 families over at your house. I think the fucking governor of California said you can't fucking, you can't even sing. The guy said you can't even sing or chant on Thanksgiving. Hey, who the fuck's chanting on Thanksgiving, dude? But even if we wanted to, sug me balls, because we gonna do it anyway. Let me say this. If we all stay inside, then car wrecks will end too. Isn't that right? I mean, if we all stay inside, there will never be another car wreck in the history of the world, but we can't fucking do that, okay? We's Americans, we gotta get out there and live a life, bruh. This shit is ridiculous. You know something I can't stand? People claiming racism without any standard for racism. Listen to what I'm saying here. People claiming racism, but they don't have a standard for the racism. Did you know that statistically men commit more crimes than women? But we don't say that the Justice Department is therefore sexist. No, we don't. Similarly, just because there are racial disparities, that doesn't mean an act of racism has occurred. No. A person adhering to any ideology which makes racism their default position or explanation, in fact makes them the racist. It's their way of not having any true objective standard for the racism which they claim, yet interjecting their own internal bias and bigotry to project negative values onto others whom they see as inferior. The truth is, statistical disparities exist for numerous reasons, and more times than not, they have absolutely nothing to do with race. Inequality doesn't equal iniquity. These BLM and woke Marxist, socialist, critical race theory crybaby fucks are the most annoying, ignorant, anti-intellectual group on the whole fucking planet. And I would just like to say, all you fucks, sug me fucking balls, man. I mean, by now, we all got to be sick of this shit, right? Aren't you guys sick and tired of people just pulling out the race card all the time? That shit's boring, man. The shit's fucking old and tired. It's played out. The other day, someone told me that Trump was a racist again for like the 2,500th fucking time, dude. And instead of replying, I just started rattling off Joe Biden quotes. I was like, oh, you think Trump's a racist? Oh, well, did you know poor kids are just as smart as white kids? Did you know black males are irredeemable predators? Did you know that you have to have an Indian accent to own a 7-Eleven? Don't let black kids go to school with white kids because it will make it a racial jungle. Oh yeah, and Obama is the first, the time I seen Obama, that was the first time I've ever seen a clean, intelligent black person. They look at me like I'm fucking crazy. But what they do, or what I'm doing, is me just putting a little mirror up in front of that little face every time they play the goddamn race card. Because me sick of it, and I know you're sick of it too. You know, the left is an ignorant fucking fucktard bunch, right? We all know that. But they do have a high success rate. I got to give them that. And I think the reason is because common sense is no longer common. The left has successfully brainwashed a sizable chunk of young white males, taught them to hate America, feminized them, eroded their moral compass, instilled a sense of inferiority, taught them to apologize for being white, crippled their ability to be proud of their history, and rendered them impotent to physically defend themselves. The left has successfully brainwashed all these fucks, man. And forget about indoctrinating our kids, okay? I know you guys know that this shit is going on now. It's happening all over the country. They're indoctrinating our fucking children with racist, anti-white, anti-American, Marxist, BLM propaganda. High schools, colleges, and even elementary schools are doing this shit, man. But what I say is that we need to have a class where we teach students that the people who do most of the killing, listen to me, the people who do most of the killing in the country are the ones that should be held accountable. And also in this class, we're going to teach, if anyone chants someone's life matters, the lives being lost the most should be the ones prioritized first. Meaning, whoever's getting killed the fucking most, we need to be chanting that their lives matter because apparently everyone fucking forgot. So let's go over that again. The people that are doing most of the killing in the country are the ones who need to be held accountable. We're going to teach that in this fucking class. So I want you to go and I want you to figure out per capita who's doing most of the killing in the country based on the statistics and based on population. And next, what I want you to do is I want you to find out between black and white who kills who the fucking most. And based on that, who should we prioritize first in chanting that their life matters? Why the fuck are we chanting black people's lives matter when they're killing more of us? Shouldn't we be telling them? Shouldn't we be reminding them, dude? What the fuck kind of upside down world shit is this, man? So I think in class, instead of teaching this critical race bullshit and indoctrinating our kids, we just need to teach the kids the real facts. Speaking of dumbasses, did you guys see the Associated Press? The AP, they just came out with a statement that says people must capitalize the letter B when they're talking about black people. Of course, the reasoning behind this is that they want to ensure black people are well respected. But here's the kicker. And I'm not going to say black people don't exist, which if you listen to my show, you know that I always take that angle because I side with science. What I'm going to say here is even a little more shocking. The AP, the Associated Press, said the following. They said that you don't have to capitalize the W when you talk about white people, though. You can't make this shit up, man. So apparently, you don't have to respect whites, but blacks, you must lift up as kings. You must remind them that you are going to put a fucking capital on them, dude. Yeah. Let me say this, first of all. First and foremost, that ain't fucking happening, guppies. It's just like the social media platform shit. How they cater to blacks. How they cater to black races. You can go right now and type the hashtag Black Power. Go right now on Instagram and I want you to type the hashtag Black Power. I've talked about this before. And it's going to come up with a shit ton of results. Most of which are fucking racist because it implies that black people are the kings and queens of the earth and that white people are inferior because it talks about black people being the best. But if you try to type the hashtag white power, it will say this hashtag has been banned. Insane. Where are we at? 25 minutes. All right, cool. I want to just make sure that this podcast doesn't go too long because, like I said at the beginning, this is a new series called Podcast Shorties where we just do like some quick shit and we just get right into it. We're live and direct and we don't last an hour. We just usually last like 30 minutes or some shit. So let's just keep it rolling. We're almost to the end. Episode number 1. I hope you guys are enjoying this shit. Let's keep it rolling. So let me say this, man. Nearly from the moment that we're born, from the time you're born, we start seeking validation from external sources, and we begin the lifelong pursuit of trying to be liked by other humans. It's important to us. But these unhealthy pursuits, among many others, are ingrained in our psyche. From the time we're children looking to please our parents to the feeling we get as adults when 30 people show up at our housewarming party, we take great pleasure in the feeling we get when we're liked or when we think we're liked. Your entire life has been a stage. It's been a play, a cycle of you trying to constantly, day after day and hour after hour, ensure that other people like you. You try to say the right things. You try to act the right way. You try to do every little thing you can to ensure this part of your life is solid. God forbid people didn't like you. I mean, after all, what would you do then? Would you no longer matter? Would you be less of a person? Would it mean that you were a bad person? Or would it mean that you had less value? Let me ask you, why do you choose to paint a picture of yourself? Or better yet, why do you choose to paint a picture of who you are using other people's paint? Is that the most authentic version of you that you can find? You see, wanting to be liked is a natural and common part of human existence. Most all people desire it. It's burned into our subconscious as a way to garner positive reinforcement and keep us feeling good about ourselves, which we assume is healthy for us because these external sources and daily validations give us the illusion of safety, happiness, love, appreciation, value, and worth. But these are false illusions. A house built on cards. They can be easily taken away at any time. They can easily fall down at any moment. Then, what would you be left with? Moreover, just because something is natural or a common part of human existence, it doesn't therefore make it the best or most virtuous way. My belief is that when you genuinely and honestly, those are the key words, when you genuinely and honestly, at the foundation of your core, without any hesitation, no longer care if people like you or not, the world loses its grasp on you. You are no longer bound to the restraints placed upon you. Now, reaching this stage of self-evolution is extremely, extremely difficult. And it's also faked by many, many people. Oftentimes, it's even impossible for an individual to achieve. But I have found this paradise. And I want to tell you, this paradise is very uplifting and it's very freeing. It's why many people admire me, and precisely the same reason why many people hate me, because I'm not worried if people like me or not. Lastly, I would like to caution you, one must not misconstrue the meaning of this. Do not set out to stop feeling. Don't set out on a journey to stop feeling, because this can be dangerous. This can be a dangerous side effect of this journey. Allow yourself to be happy when people do like you. Listen to me. Allow yourself to be happy when people do like you, but do not allow it to matter when people don't like you. You are the captain of your ship, the sole provider of your own happiness, one of the most powerful versions of self. Before I leave you, I want to leave you with this, man. Everyone has dreams, okay? We all have dreams, but we all prioritize our dreams differently. Sometimes they conflict with each other, and sometimes we make tough choices and decisions to solidify one dream while suppressing another. As for me, there was never ever a question of who I wanted to be. My number one goal in life was to always be authentic. It's something I consciously pursued and thought about basically my entire fucking life. I had a deep desire to always be real and true to myself despite any repercussions. I can proudly say, as I sit here tonight and I talk to you, that I have achieved this goal. I never caved in. I never bowed down. I never bowed down to any master. I never bowed down to any employer. I never bowed down to any ideology or pressure. I never traded in truth for political correctness. And I never prioritized self-interest over authenticity. You see, kids, if you are true to yourself, your dreams do, in fact, come true. I love you guys, man. This has been episode number 1 of Podcast Shorties. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the shit, man. Hit the fucking link at a Cash App because if you don't want to treat me like a fucking side chick, show your boy a little bit of love. I love you guys. I see you soon. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay corona free, and I'm out of here, bro. Peace.